When number 6 is on the court, the Panthers are at their best. When she leaves the court, that's when Purdue seems to really put a charge into it.
She's El Capitan. You got to follow as she does.
Lourdes Myers tried to put that one down. Emma Ellis said, "Not in my house," with a huge block.
Emma Ellis and Lourdes Myers.
That one gets down for a kill for Lourdes Myers.
We've gone point for point here in this first set. It's 8-all. Torrance sends it over, puts it up with her right arm. Palanciefer sets up Myers, and she gets her first kill of the match. That was a great sequence from Purdue. Raven Colvin puts that in between two knights. It's set out of the back row from Kinkella, and the Boilermakers get their first block of the day. Lourdes Myers with a solo block.
Handsome.
Screaming and shouting like they've already got a 2-0 lead here in this match. Hudson with a hard swing, and Lourdes Myers puts it back in the face. A kill from the middle blocker position. Haven't seen much of her, I should say. She's got 2 swings today. Lourdes Myers coming out of nowhere. You heard the entire Purdue Boilermaker squad say out, but it found in there. And that's ace number 4 for Rutgers. Another attack down the middle and make it kill number 5 for Lourdes Myers.
And what can you?
Block for the Boilermakers, their 4th of the day. You know, the Boilermaker block has not been.
Eva Hudson again passing every ball. No blocker. What happened there?
I was trying to look at the coaching staff to see how they would react. It looked.
4th set underway. Gotta love the play. Chronister, a couple big ones. Little one there, pancake up. And immediately attacking. Hudson, off the net, rejected. Again, double block, straight down. Lourdes Myers. Avery Hernandez, freshman from Bloomington. Got a couple of aces earlier. Ba-boom from the middle.
Big swing from Myers up front. She can be great in front. She has the height to do it and the strength. And when Meg Renner can get her.
Down goes the final point. Lourdes Myers hammers away.
Look, Myers getting into the mix. Got into the mix a little bit early in Big Ten against Rutgers, and she combines on that block with Jim.
Yeah, Morris sees it.
So highly of her, hadn't played a match yet, and she repped them at Media Day in Chicago this summer. So that's both a playing and a personal accolade, of course. And a lot of new faces on Michigan State. And she was there, and Purdue found a little lightning out of that timeout. 2 that started for Purdue. You see Myers in there for Creighton, and that's picked up. Swain off the big swing from Hudson. And Renner brings it back. And that's blocked.
Easy to handle. Over to Merzick. Purdue stayed composed. Now Michigan with a chance. Robinson lets it rip. Blocked back. Wolverines keep it going. Merzick, another deflection at the net. Here's Ellis. Back and forth we go. And the block from Purdue.
But I have a feeling if they won a couple of those ranked matchups, they'll more than qualify for the NCAA tournament, Craig.
I don't see qualifying as being an issue. Hosting is going to be a little bit of a stretch unless they get some.
Back row, 3 Boilermakers at the net, and Maddie Chin is the one to push it back. They push past the threshold of 20.
Maddie Chin's third block of this evening to go with 5 kills. What a block.
That's going to contribute to the Boilermakers' talent taking over.
Chicoine with a beautiful serve. Blue Devils able to play it. Set up by Hornung. Set up. Lourdes Myers with the kill.
You know, Lourdes Myers took a red shirt as a...
You see what Shondell likes about this young freshman in Grace Eney. Live arm, can play the right side, left-handed.
2018 now, SMU.
Lourdes Myers, not a sliding attack, but she shifts over and dumps it over.
Really smart move there by Anderson, going to Myers quick here. You see the block.
Dialed in ever since that loss to Creighton. Dave Shondell said that that was the only match thus far that she's played where she actually was like a freshman. Anderson set to Myers. That sliding attack has been great for Myers tonight, and now Purdue at nearly an ace from Chicoine. Anderson with a joust, kept alive by Purdue Skimmerhorn. Chicoine will send it away, a free ball for the Mustangs. Purdue sent back in her face, over the block this time. Myers with the dump off.
That's 6 kills on 7 swings for Lourdes Myers.
I believe that ties a career high for Lourdes Myers dating back. Sliding attack, and it's Myers. New career high for the red shirt player. I believe that's her 3rd consecutive match with a double-double.
It is, yep.
Now Lourdes Myers connects again. It's going to be kill number 9.
We're going to have a challenge on that kill, and I think...
Coleman had 5 aces and 9 errors entering this weekend. Tuzzo gets that over the net. Chicoine just has to knock it over. Purdue able to establish the block with Lourdes Myers. Another soft roll from Chicoine again. Lourdes Myers to the back row, yes!
Brown's a very consistent anchor of this Boiler defense, a transfer from Missouri in her 2nd season with Purdue.
Transferred back home. One of 2 McCutcheon Mavericks that are out on the floor right now for the Boilers. Delay, got blocked straight down. There's a bit of an awkward liftoff for Brooklyn Delay, and she met.
Fortunate rolls against the Wildcats. Their defense has been in great position, but some nasty rolls have resulted in Boiler kills.
4 kills for Myers. They don't ask how, they ask how many, and that's 1 more on the block for Myers.
We've seen the Boilermakers drop a 5-setter, but we've also seen them will their way to win in 5 sets.
Quick set for Lourdes Myers.
But I think the home crowd would prefer it to stay 4.
Purdue could not have played that first set much better. You got to just look at the rule of averages. And I figure Purdue's going to come back down to earth a little bit in the second set. Here comes the big serve. Myers with the point. There's Brad Keller, USC's head coach. In the middle, Lourdes Myers. Some great middle depth for Purdue, especially if they can set the middle like that. Native of Texas, she began her career as a Longhorn and was on the 2020 National Championship runner-up team. Myers swats the ball down. And the Purdue M2 coming alive in the second set.
Dave, yeah, when you're down 9 this late in a set, what you want to do is just try to find any momentum possible. Whether it's an ace, whether it's a block, any chance you can get, try to get your team going a little bit.
Fitzner blocked by Myers.
Myers forming a wall up front, knowing that Fitzner has to take this ball over. But check out the...
Chicoine turned away. Hudson now. Trubin on the slide. Miller dug by Hornung. Weejay blocked, and it lands in on USC's side. Point Purdue.
Weejay been hammering that line. This time Taylor Anderson said, I have had enough.
It's a very difficult angle to catch.
Myers, the redshirt junior out of Alliance, Ohio. Senior Layla Ricks will serve. Anderson sets it in the middle. Lourdes Myers. Chicoine the serve. Ivy blocked down at the front. Lourdes Myers will be the one to serve it. Heaney near side. Samantha Schnitta sets it up, then Dowler for Russ, but blocked down by Lourdes Myers. Over the last 2 weeks, Myers is averaging.
You talked about Rutgers' energy. Taylor Humphrey, certainly a firecracker on this team, but boy, that does so much for momentum.
It does, absolutely. And so does that.
That's Lourdes Myers. Quick set, here you go.
Excuse me, 12 aces this season already coming into this game.
Nair pushes it the other way for Williams. Nice dig from Skimmerhorn. They deal with the power of Hudson. But it's just too good on the block from Purdue. And that time it's Myers again, teaming up with the setter, Taylor Anderson. And that brings, but great strategist, great recruiter, and just a great person overall. I mean, talked to them plenty of times anytime they travel here. And he's a nice presence to follow on social media as Lourdes Myers hammers that one.
Serve from Showboy.
There's a hard hit from the middle. That's exactly what you were looking for, that little quick set, and nicely done by Myers.
Especially from a young player as well. We love to see when players that aren't really established as much finally.
Krause averaging more than 2 kills per set. There's another crafty little touch over the block, well executed by Myers.
And a one-legged slide in front, straight up, and using her mobility to go left and right and get the ball as high as she can for her setter.
Coach Cook mentioned, oh, there's a big put down from Myers.
Fast amount of time since Title IX. It's impressive and amazing to see how history is growing.
The overpass put back down.
Her setter and hitting really, really tough shots against a really, really good team.
The #1 overall recruit in her class, adjusting quite nicely to the collegiate game. On the slide there was Jackson, but denied.
Skimmerhorn takes that from Chicoine. Lourdes Myers on a sliding attack, and that one just squeaks out. The third touch. Can Wildcats get it over? They do. A free play coming for Purdue. Roll shot from Chicoine kept alive. Skimmerhorn sets Chicoine again. Light touch kept up and put over. What a rally. To the middle, and Lourdes Myers blocks a rejection, the first of the day.
A great back and forth by both of these teams. Thought it was never. In her first time back at Holloway Gymnasium.
A roll shot was blocked by Northwestern, and this will be a free play for the Wildcats. Myers goes up and over.
Lourdes Myers so good this afternoon. It's staying right there at the net. When one play doesn't happen, she waits her turn and makes the second one happen. As you see there, huge kill for Lourdes Myers.
6 for 11 today, hitting over. Dug by Stinson. Chacoin out of the back row, off balance. San Giacomo blocked by Myers. Her third of the day.
Lourdes Myers having a breakout week for the Boilermakers.
And she's 100% healthy now, and the Illini reaping the benefits of that. She played through that injury last year, but was hobbled, not her same explosive self, as she gets a piece of that from the swing off Chacoin. Up the middle and absolutely destroying it is Lourdes Myers.
If you send a free ball to this Purdue team, there's weapons on every single part of the court, both pins and...
Great effort by Terry, a near shank, and she saves it. Up the middle, what a set and what a finish by Myers.
Smart play there by Purdue, able to know I'm going to run my middle on a quick ball when really well-executed tool from Burbage.
Trying to make something happen when it's not ideal.
Absolutely.
Up the middle, Myers, we saw a whole lot of that in set one, and she finishes.
When you have players like Hudson and Chacoin on your team, it's easy to...
Chacoin. And a point going to Purdue.
Kaya Mateo, a freshman from the Big Apple, serves it up, and now Lourdes Myers, who had quite a game against Illinois. She was 6 for 11, hitting .545 and no errors. And right there, she'll get her first kill of the night, the middles. Anderson to Myers. The quick set and the connection to the middle. Ortega on a little run. Make it 4-0 in the last few points. And a push from the middle kept alive by Horna. A near miss from the Hawkeyes. That might be looked at once this point is decided. And a block from Lourdes Myers. Texas State was 10-2 when Buettner had 10 or more kills. She's got 7. Myers will close out the set, and she'll get her 4th kill of the match. Purdue taking a 2-0 lead.
Back at full strength tonight. And that's it. So both middles getting it done from Fort Wayne. A player that Indiana really wanted. Picked the Boilermakers. And that's sent back. Anderson up at the net with Myers.
Purdue's block has made a complete 180 during set two. They're not only getting those stuffs, but
And do you really think that having, a 3-attacker kind of a game plan, do you think that's going to help against a team like Ohio State?
Absolutely. They need to give different looks.
And it definitely helped there. My goodness, Lourdes Myers. I'm here to ball out.
Absolutely.
It was Hornung in with the serve. Up top, Myers gets one over.
Myers again, she's done a great job here early in the middle.
Anderson tried it. Morbitzer with the setup. Off the net, saved alive. Purdue gonna try to move it. And that's where you're gonna see Lourdes Myers. She found a triangle of space and she took it.
Just a bit too late.
It's like throwing a beach ball and it lands too soon. Ohio State with the attack at the beginning, but you can't stop those big ones in the middle.
Purdue dominated in the first and Ohio State dominated in the second.
Skimmerhorn originally had it out of nowhere. Lourdes Myers.
Borna looking for serve assignment from her head coach, Dave Shondell. She gets it. It goes to Alonzo Corsellis. Another block. Make it 5 on the match.
We talked about it last time. They had 3 people in double-digit kills. They've spread the kills out a little bit better right now. 7 different players with 2 or more.
Alonzo Corsellis, no aces tonight. We'll put it over. A great dig from Vickers. Excuse me, it was Hayworth who dug that ball. Myers puts it over. Hayworth to Saris, kept alive by Purdue. Hudson with a roll shot from the back row. A block from Chicoine and Myers. The Boilermakers with 13 blocks, surpassing the 11.5 they had on Sunday.
So it'll send Hornung back to the service line.
Rejected by Anderson. Taylor Anderson with her 4th rejection of the day. Make it 14 blocks. Vickers will serve it. Long set to Chicoine. And it falls. A bad bounce off the arms of Myers. It results in a point for Purdue. It's a 4-point lead.
Lourdes Myers very quietly putting up 7 kills in this game. The middles have been terrific for
Chicoine to Alonzo Corsellis. Myers with a big old swing. The windmill for kill number 8.
And with that, Lourdes Myers has more kills than Raven Colvin.
Hayworth back to serve. Rejected by Purdue. Possibly got into it there. Anderson the cover. Chicoine will take a swing on the roll shot. Dug by Isa Lopez. A block from Heaney. Chicoine. Anderson set to Myers again. Kept alive by Skimmerhorn. Chicoine finds the empty space, but Isa Lopez with a great dig. Lopez again. What a rally this is turning out to be, and Myers ends it and gets her 10th kill of the match.
And so far, some big swings early on for the Knits. And there's Myers. That would make sense. Trying to wear down both Hudson and Chicoine. Gets to the end of the match. They're tired.
Likewise, Penn State.
Not yet.
That's just it. Penn State comes out. They have a great serve, fantastic serve. From our perspective, covering the sport, it is a little exhausting. I'm going to admit, it's hard to keep track.
Hudson. That almost hits the ceiling for Pedraza. Tapped over from Barkley. And another tap. This time Chicoine. And a block back. Myers. And Merzik finally sends it over. Myers again. And Merzik can't get there.
That was a little tough. Now, credit to Purdue for capitalizing on in this game.
Hershon this time the one serving. Myers over the top, big swing.
Back to back. We're just going serve receive, serving back.
Big ball coming right here. And Wooker denied her 3rd kill in a row. Anderson the dump. And a denial by Lourdes Myers. Wrote before last week, went on a several-week dominant run on that right side. And the dump from Anderson's covered up. And Grote into the block, spins back to Schaffmaster. And with the left hand, Landfair keeps the point going. And Myers says enough with that.
Pass to attack for Lourdes Myers. This is so difficult as a middle when you have to take that first. No, it's not.
Both coaches 0 for 1 on challenges tonight, and Myers scores right away out of the middle.
That's a perfect answer right off of a challenge that you maybe thought you should have won. You got to nail that net.
Allie Hornung serves for Purdue. Barnes bump set rather to Terry. Blocked up front by Lourdes Myers and Taylor Anderson. Continuing to serve for Illinois has that topspin serve as well as Mosier does. And it's going to be a free ball for Purdue, as all Illinois could do was have Lily Berry get it over to the other side, as there's Lourdes Myers who gets set up. Third serve now for Chacoin, as Mosier's going to try it for Terry. It's blocked up front by Purdue.
Well, a lot of tension is on the Big Ten right now with the top teams in the top 5 for the nation.
Got the likes of Wisconsin, Nebraska, of course, set. Lungi once again. Picked up by Hudson. Lourdes Myers will get it, and she'll spike it home.
Crawford blocks. Myers with the stuff.
Huge read from Lourdes Myers up front, knowing that Caroline Crawford wants to take this.
Gracini off the right, and Gutstekin diving in. Smrek blocked by Myers. The Purdue defense sizzling right now.
The defender's so locked in, especially the block up front, just knowing exactly where Wisconsin is going with some of these balls.
Ashburn left it for Crawford, and that's out. And Purdue has become the first team in a while to beat Wisconsin here. The Badgers had won 26 sets in a row at the field.
Lourdes Myers with a nice read. She challenges Mac Pedraza as her back turned to the net. Long set and another block, the 5th of the first set for Purdue. They're giving the Big Ten leader a run for their money here early on. There were 5 ties, but no lead changes in that first set. Lourdes Myers with a line shot. 24 aces last year. Myers from the middle. Schumacher-Cawley still with a timeout remaining. A 5-0 run as Hornung has been back there serving. A block from Anderson and Myers, 7th of the day.
And we talked about the Nittany Lions needing to go on a run of their own.
In the last 5 years, it kind of disappeared last year with that lineup turnover, losing so many experienced seniors, but it's starting to come back in the top 25. But, you know, a lot of that talent is going to have a lot of playing time because it's number 3 in the nation. As a block comes in for Purdue, that's number 9 today. And that's a 3-0 run for Purdue. Pedraza will serve Chacoin. Hudson. Myers with the stuff. Her 7th kill. First time since set number 2 we've called her name.
Wants to get the win over the individual accolade.
24 kills and 11 digs for Merziks to go along with a pair of aces and blocks. Chacoin nearly rejected for a 12th time. Myers.
A little bit of a lazy positioned block there. Here's Eva Hudson, good dig from Wooker. Schaffmaster out to Landfair, and she is blocked by Lourdes Myers.
It's a really good block. I mean, you made a good point about the last block being kind of malformed a little.
Here's Julia Hansen for the Gophers back at the line. Chloe Chacoin takes a swing. She's blocked from Schaffmaster, but it's picked up by Anderson.
Zeynep Palabik with the dig, and Landfair is blocked again from Lourdes Myers. Some really, really great middles on the other side of the net.
That's right. Another really strong block by Lourdes Myers here. You can see there, she just reaches.
Chloe Chicoine, the #1 overall ranked recruit for the class of 2023. And a huge block from Anderson after a swing from the reigning Big Ten Player of the Year. That was big for the Boilermakers. Very consistent with. Definitely not an easy serve to keep the ball in every time. She seems to do it. The swing from Landfair into the block, picked up, good coverage there. Another block from Schaffmaster after a swing from Hudson. Great coverage from Landfair. Here's Wooker with the roll shot, back row. And the dump from Anderson. Phenomenal dig from Palabik. Roll shot, outside swing from Hudson. What a rally we've got here. Here's Landfair. And great coverage again. Palabik, she's ready to cover again. Landfair covered by Murr. Takes another shot from the outside. Unbelievable rally we've got here. Dump shot from Myers to finish off that one.
Really nice job by Myers to finish that. Great volleyball all the way around. I mean, if you are a volleyball fan, you love that rally.
Who's staying aggressive? Both teams are doing that. Playing with a lot of heart. Swing from Landfair into the block/tape.
Yeah, and that's a hard ball for Landfair. That ball is coming really, really tight. You can see there she doesn't really, with 10 kills apiece with she and Eva Hudson for these Purdue Boilermakers, her stat line is incredible. 10 kills, only 1 error on 13 attempts, hitting .692.
Grote with a huge swing and a really big dig from Hudson. Good vision there from Chacon, but great dig from Wooker. Just the tip over from Woolard, and Davis right into the block of Myers. Phenomenal block from Myers.
And Purdue is fired up. They are absolutely thrilled by that. Not just going outside, outside, outside.
There's Melanie Schaffmaster. Anderson, the quick set to Myers to close that one out.
Great job by Lourdes Myers there to be. Great job by both teams.
Here's Elise McGee, another good serve, but a great pass. And on the right side, there's Lourdes Myers.
Lourdes Myers with a really beautiful slide. Nice quick arm on that one, too. Love the aggressiveness of the set choice there.
Back row attack from Chicoine. Great dig from Kylie Murr. Here's Grote, is blocked by Myers.
Momentum clearly in the court of the Spartans. Oilers able to keep that one alive. And the Boilermaker block ends the scoring surge from the Spartans. Lourdes Myers again, Alex.
What does Purdue do best? They hit well.
Staniszewska to send it away for the Spartans. Set up and kill, Lourdes Myers. Great job there by Dave Shondell going to his bench and bringing in Lauren Poulter 2 sets in a row.
It just seems that when you're a top 16 team, you got to play with more than this.
Lourdes Myers keeping the Boilermakers in it here in set number 2. Set up for Hold'em. If some is good, more is better. 3 points in a row. Lourdes Myers with the kill at the net. And that prompts line for the Spartans.
Garcia with an ace, 14 digs today.
Spartans were looking for 4 hits. Block at the net, point Boilermakers, 16-13 advantage, Purdue. Hold'em plays that one. Lourdes Myers in the middle again. Spartans just have to get that over. Set up for Chicoine. Off the Spartan block. Huge swing and a kill. Grace Kelly, the junior outside hitter.
Not so great day from the outside. She's had 2 aces today.
Swing from Lourdes Myers. Spartans able to keep it alive. The Boilermaker block comes up big again.
16, I should say.
Chicoine sends it away. Huge swing by Lourdes Myers. After the carom off the Spartan defense, point Boilers.
Lourdes Myers approach.
Dependable defenses in the Big Ten. Chicoine has been solid at the service line throughout this season as well. First swing for Orzel, and right there is Skimmerhorn. Taylor Anderson, the slide, and slamming it down is Myers. Exactly how this offense wants to run.
You know, we talked about her defensively, just watching her footwork on the blocking, but
10-second team as an outside. One of the great ones in this conference, and she can do everything.
can get a nice swing on it.
5-0 scoring run for Purdue. And another denial. Lourdes Myers. Look at what she's doing.
And Wisconsin's
whether to take that big rip.
And outside hitters, they need to cover themselves.
Orzel takes a big wind, and she is stuffed. No surprise, Myers in the play again.
Yeah, those blocking numbers keep.
She has stepped up so well. 0 kills, 6 errors at 1 point. Franklin takes the long pass, and Lourdes Myers denies her.
Advantage Boilermakers now. Up 6. Chicoine. Terps just have to get it over. And Lourdes Myers on the slide. What a play, Corey.
Great play by Myers. Nice choice to go on the slide. Schmidt and Morsi have both been, they've both had good attacks. A few too many errors though.
Brown able to keep it up again. Lourdes Myers off the slide. Absolute laser from Chicoine. Lourdes Myers finishes that one off.
Yeah, I mean, this has definitely been a fiercely contested battle, so it's going to be interesting to see how this set ends.
No doubt, back and forth, both teams have gone, and the Boilermakers, Lourdes Myers with the kill of her own. Myers has been a force up front for the Boilermakers all year on defense and offense.
Yeah, and you can tell why. I mean,
Colvin found the right spot there. So now the Spartans go to Duzma. And the Boilermakers will finish the job with Myers at the helm, getting the kill of her own. Meisinger now over to Kelly. Kelly going cross court to Myers, and Myers finishes with the kill. Lourdes Myers.
And you can't really correct in time.
Always so difficult to control the power as Staniszewska was blocked up front on a combination. Spartans now down 6. Hold'em trying to return the serve. Yosia comes to help. And Aaliyah Moore will be blocked up front. Again, it's the same combination from Colvin and Anderson in there for Purdue.
Fully pressed over. When you combine that with her power, that's when she becomes so unstoppable.
Iambio is stopped. Lourdes Myers denying up the middle.
Lourdes Myers on a nice quick set from Michigan. That was a really smart decision.
If they win out the rest of the season, these next 2 days, including tonight, that could lock up a 3rd place finish, their highest since 2011. Chicoine chases it down and finds Hudson from the back row. Simmons is stopped. And Purdue is going to take this one and reach 20 wins on the year. 6 straight wins for the Boilermakers.
Grace Kelly, you look at some of the game trends over the season. Grace Kelly hasn't necessarily seen that top spot many times, but she has been all over the place as a supporting role for Michigan State. Hold them from the back line. Now over to Hudson with the tip, dug out nicely by Yosia. Now to Kelly. Kelly blocked up front by a combination of Woolard, and it looks like it's over there with Myers as well.
Yeah, she really has, and it's just.
Oldham now trying to get the kill from the back line. Hudson now with the overpass. Now over to Kelly. Kelly blocked yet again. And you can finish your thought, Briggs, because Anderson with the block.
Brown, the 6'3 senior, sends it away. Played by the freshman McAleer. Lourdes Myers off the slide. And Myers coming in and making a huge statement early. 6'3 kills last season, off to a good start here this season. McAleer plays it, set by Anderson, and Lourdes Myers with the heat seeker, her second kill of the matchup. And you see the Myers 6 kills here in set 1 and 2 digs. Anderson to Hudson. Off the block, Myers keeps it alive. Anderson cross to Woolard. Woolard down the line.
Outside, K-State hits the net and rejected. Back point, Purdue.
21-20. Simone Sims sends it away. Lourdes Myers taps it over. Carter into the hands of Hudson. And Eva Hudson. 3-point advantage here in set number 3. Hornung digs that one out. It goes over. Able to dig that swing out. Hudson off the block. Nice back row dig by Grigorski. Huge swing from Carter. Hudson getting dirty to keep it alive. Chacoin right down the middle. Meg Brown gets stuffed. Sends it away. Gets it over. Carter with the dig. At the net, Boilers keep it alive. What a job by Anderson to slide in. Chacoin gets it over. Libero has to keep it alive. Carter at the net. Lourdes Myers with the block. Boilers take the 1-point advantage. 5th block.
Momentum not sustaining it. Hoping this changes for Purdue.
Belusic with the serve. Anderson to Lourdes Myers. Myers on the slide and the kill. Point Boilers 5-4.
Lots of players on both teams.
Set. Hudson with the block. Hudson with the kill on the previous play, following it up with the block. Back-to-back points for the boys. Saren Madden back behind the service line. Confusion from the Boilers in the middle there, but they were able to get the ball over. What a play off the hands of Myers. Chacoin keeps it alive. Into the block of the Boilers off the hands of Chacoin. Back to Myers, who just taps it. Goes for the big swing, but has to just put it over, and she does. Myers getting her 2nd kill of the matchup.
And a good look.
Howard. Lourdes Myers elevating. A nice dig there by Howard. But the block of Lourdes Myers and Lizzie Carr gets the ball back for the Boilers, 16-15.
And the fact that Raven Colvin can sub out.
In the back, who's getting ready to send it away. Over to Fredericks. Frankovich, excuse me, into the block, and the Boilermakers get the point, tied at 2. Boilers with 8 blocks total after Frankovich wasn't able to get it over. Belusic stuffed. Lourdes Myers says, I'll take that block lead back. Myers with 5.
3 of them already for UC Davis, and you cannot do this when you're trying to hang around with these Boilermakers.
Lourdes Myers with the stuff and assist from Kenna Woolard. Boiler block huge here early on.
Yeah, Lourdes Myers combined with, she was prepared for a big kill.
Hudson back to serve, sends it away. Set by Starr. Into the Boilermaker block of Woolard and Myers. Down the line in the middle. Back into the lap of UC Davis. Lourdes Myers with her second. Boilers up 7-4, and that's going to draw a timeout from Dan.
By UC Davis to find the open court, and Ryan Meckler coming out of nowhere to take it away.
Utterbach sends it down. Lourdes Myers on the slide, and that will bring the faithful to their feet. Get out your keys if you're a fan of the Boilermakers. Set point.
With 6 kills, 3-set win against Tulsa. Stark rescues it. Free ball for Purdue. And it's Myers. Back-to-back kills. Found the donut.
Taking a little off there. She found the donut in the middle of the court.
Matt Chopper with those 10 kills. Ridiculous. 600 hitting percentage. Back out to Hudson with the off speed. One arm for Menger. And Hannah is denied. Lourdes Myers surprised herself on that block.
Kenna Wallard's outside hand on this block.
She can take really nice swings. She's got a strong serve.
6'4" and an all-around player, great competitor. Big moment here too. Schaffmaster will feed Grote, and the denial by the Purdue block. Myers and Anderson as a brick wall tandem. On 22 swings, hitting over 300. They go back to Hansen in the back row, and Hornung keeps it up. Schaffmaster, the dump was read perfectly by Myers. Coin, we enter another extended rally between these two before the block takes care of business. Myers in there on the stop.
Lourdes Myers is the story at that point.
Taylor Anderson serves it away for the Boilermakers. And it's Myers teaming up with Kenna Wallard.
And Lauren Carter.
Colvin serves. Very tough one. And Lily Wagner, balls 1 and 3 that time. Far side, it's Hudson again. Was looking for back-to-back kills. Northwestern tries again. Rousseau for Reed. Into the block. Kept alive. And a free ball. Chacoin, Anderson, put down by Myers. Navarrete comes on to serve. Kennedy Hill subbed in for the middle. Impressed Purdue was able to keep that up. Here's Rylan Reed into the block. Hudson is fired up.
It's about showing what you can do in the 4th and 5th sets now, too.
Northwestern does not have a timeout. They can use the rest of this set. A joust at the net falls on the Cat side. Wagner camping underneath it. Kept up, popped around, and sent over free. Rousseau for Hill, blocked solo by Myers.
Fantastic, fantastic read by the redshirt senior Lourdes Myers right.
Yosia hitting this serve for Michigan State. And Lourdes Myers slices one down for her first kill.
Right side behind the setter. She's filling that role so nicely.
She's had to play. She's had to play because of injuries. Or else it would have been competition, and Purdue steaming out of the timeout 2 in a row. This one, Lourdes Myers. Not a high volume of kills for the Spartans out of the middle. Right back to her. There's more blocked. Myers got a big chunk of that ball.
Myers with the block and then walks it off. She is such a great blocker for this team. She has such long arms. She is so fun to watch. If you have not seen her in person yet, you have to.
Get your tickets, folks.
You have to.
Here's Chacoin down the line. Another rocket, but it's kept up. Great effort
by Anderson in the back to stay in it. And then Myers with her third kill already.
I don't know how you leave Lourdes Myers alone on the attack, but I love that choice there. She runs a backslide right, just drops.
And then Myers gets Bishop off the service line. Turned away. Myers again.
That ball just a little bit too much time for the He's focusing on some more service pressure from the end line, and that's what Dave Shondell said has been her main focus in practice.
Anderson retreats. Chicoine. Yosia takes the second ball at libero. Anderson way off the net this time. And Preston shut down again by Myers.
Lourdes Myers showing off that wingspan. Look how high up she gets and keep her team alive to score.
6 rotation star outside hitter for Purdue. Chicoine. Bishop couldn't get there, and Purdue is rolling right now.
Needs to string together some points in the middle of sets.
Bolton unfazed by the jump from the block party, but Myers puts an end to any thought of a service run.
Keeping it alive, and Iowa getting the point. Now Purdue returning the volley from Iowa. Blocked at the net. Blocked again from Iowa. Now that one blocked by Purdue, set down, and they'll get a kill. Serve is away. Michelle Ork on the outside, blocked. Huge block there from Purdue. Need to get a few more rallies here. Another point there on a kill from Purdue.
That you definitely want in your head coach.
Jackson was there to send the swing by Hudson back. Great up back row, Beeson. Harper Murray blocked. Another big block on that right side. Myers teams up with Anderson.
Lourdes Myers, she is up there. What an incredible play by Merritt Beeson to keep that ball alive. Check this out, one-handed.
Hudson rolls it over. Finally in system, and Lourdes Myers gets the kill. Minnesota, Big Ten Player of the Year in 2022. Good quick run there to Lourdes Myers, and Myers. Off the block, straight back. Krause.
Tip that ball over her, I'm gonna use her.
Great set in the middle, and Lourdes Myers finishes it off.
Myers with that quick set right off the setter, I really like.
Just a great athlete. Good dig there. Nice up by Murray. Land fair, right into the lap of Hornage, who keeps it alive. Jackson sit back. Big block there by Myers.
Myers read that one. She said, I've seen this a time or two, able to close that block out.
Will miss the point. Now they'll try to return the volley. Tipped at the line by Iowa. Gabby Deary on the left side, blocked by Purdue. A huge block there.
Hudson with a silky smooth serve. Able to dig that one up out of the back row. Anderson to Woolard. Woolard off the block. Hudson's able to keep it alive, and the Boilers get it over. A free ball for UCLA. Stuffed at the net. Lourdes Myers as they see set point number 1. Nice dig there from Dewick. Nice dig there for the Boilers out of the back row. Tooling it off the block. Pock sets it up down the line. Eva Hudson with the solo block. Grace Olson with the big swing, but Hudson says not yet.
Hudson has had 2 swing attempts in that play.
Set down the line to Horn. Tooling it off the block. 3 in a row for the Boilermakers. 24-22 now. The service line out of the timeout. Pack sets it down the line. Hudson able to keep that one up. Again to Olson. What a dig from Allie Hornung. Sent to Chicoine out of the back row. UCLA keeps it up. Again, Eva Hudson with the block. 24-24. Boilers in the midst of a 5-0 scoring run. Most of that can be attributed to number 17. Frustration swing. She put a dent in the floor. Anderson keeps it alive. What a dig out of the back row from Sydney Breon. But stuffed at the net is Grace Olson. Bruins looking to win their 3rd matchup against the Purdue Boilermakers all time. Boilers looking for their 1st. Off the hands of Hudson, tool the block of the Bruins. Chicoine somehow keeps it alive. Eva Hudson again. Nice dig there by Riley to keep it alive. Into the block, Lourdes Myers. Myers with her 7th block of the matchup, the Boilers.
And she throws that one down right in the middle of the UCLA defenders.
Block at the net. Lourdes Myers, her 8th of the matchup. Boilers lead by 2. Blocked at the net. UCLA gets it over somehow. Set for Lourdes Myers. Nice dig for Leverett. Off the block. Chicoine keeps it alive. Kenna Woolard. Lourdes Myers. Game, set, match. Boilers win 15-11 in 5. They beat the UCLA Bruins for the first time in program history. 3-2. The Boilers on top.
And you wouldn't have it any other way.
Julia Kane. Hayworth over to Alonso Corsellis. She is stuffed. No, not Raven Coleman, but actually Lourdes Myers with some help from the setter Taylor Anderson.
Lourdes Myers has done a really nice job over the past 2 seasons.
Kane again. Hazelton blocked. Point Purdue. Alonso Corsellis with the serve. And on the swing, Lourdes Myers runs the slide. Her 1st kill of the match.
Myers getting involved in the offense for an attacker that doesn't get very many.
3 straight for the Bucks. And here's Londot leading the team in aces. That is just pure power from Myers. One of the best blocks in the Big Ten with Myers and Colvin leading the way there in the middle. Denied again.
Back to back for the Boilers. That front line doing work when it matters most. They stick to their discipline and do a great job.
2nd set point for the Boilers at home. Blocked. A fitting way to close set 1 for the Boilermakers. Webker, her 1st swing in a while. Back set for Woolard, the push, tapped up. To Londot this time. Blocked again by the Boilers. They just have a beat on everything Ohio State's doing.
How about that read from Lourdes Myers, identifying the back set early on and then exploding to her outside, and watch the...
Purdue in aces this year. Talked about it in set 1. She said that was the thing when she just started playing volleyball that would make her cry if she would cry, but she got upset. Swing from Rader. Selman the serve again. Back set. Myers the tip over. Oh, the timing was perfect.
Good decision from Lourdes Myers. Not the perfect set for her, but she knew exactly.
Tough serve for Rader. Overpass. Purdue dodges a bullet. Off the free ball. Upstairs, London with power. She's blocked.
Eva Hudson goes to the sideline. Franklin. And a block, the first so far. Number 9, Lourdes Myers, getting most of that. Is doing work against Wisconsin. Set point number 4. Perfect pass. What a block. Myers out of the middle. Hudson wanted the ball high, and Lourdes Myers, number 9.
Big Ten matches. Set number 2 underway. Schnitta ready to roll, and another good effort to get down for Hornung. Williams, nice dig, but into the block it goes. Lourdes Myers in the right spot. Team averaging 2.8 blocks per set, just with 2 blocks on the night. But they have got the 2 sets to their advantage thus far as we're underway in set 3. Miscommunication there. Played over, and no miscommunication. It's loud. And Maryland usually rides that advantage to play really well here in this building. Schnitta down the line. Huang in the back. Anderson on the slide to Myers with another termination.
Anderson's doing a really great job spreading her offense out. The play before, she set Chloe Chacoin and she held on to that ball for half a second.
(7-6) Indiana leads here in set 1. And on the overpass, Lourdes Myers powers it home right over Hayworth.
Blocked at the net, Lourdes Myers. 25-14 victories in both set 1 and set 2 as Chloe Chacoin gets us underway in set number 3. More of the same, an attitude from the junior outside hitter Hudson as she blocks another one. Boilers.
That almost felt like the open net we saw the other way when you get Terry one-on-one. And that is down for Lourdes Myers.
Been really impressed with Lourdes Myers during conference play. She's 4th in the Big Ten during league.
Like she was on a pogo stick. Back to Myers. Martinez Mundo. And the block ends it. Anderson. It ends with her after all. Good spread for Anderson, their setter. Mosier working hard to get to that ball. Smith off balance, taking a cut. Mosier right back to Smith. Offense and defense for Lourdes Myers. So can they get Smith going on the right? Can they get the middles going a little bit? Chacoin, big swing. Martinez Mundo hangs in there. And Myers leaves no doubt.
Just a confident swing through the middle for Purdue. They need a little bit more of that, getting the middles involved.
We'll see if Purdue can find some of that toughness that Dave Shondell was talking about, that attitude here, and try to get a reverse sweep here from a 2-sets-to-love hold. And right away, Purdue with a good beginning.
Approach just because she had to jump so quickly, but that strong arm forces that ball to go cross court.
Kill number 2 for her on the evening. As you start, Mendelson had to make a second move towards the ball, and that allowed Purdue to get Lourdes Myers in a great spot.
It's a beautifully executed play here. I like this.
McAleer checking back in for Wahlert, serving. How about Lourdes Myers right in the right spot?
Yeah, you want to make sure as a setter.
But had to play it.
Ariel sends it away. Anderson and Hudson, the only two Boilermakers hitting in positive numbers currently. And Hudson with the solo block at the net. Back-to-back kills.
To a nigga to go quick to the middle.
Myers on the slide and the finish. Myers with her third kill of the matchup. And the Boilers see set point for the second time here in set number 2.
Great slide attack to the middle. Lourdes Myers.
That's when the Boilers started to come back in set number 2.
Yeah, absolutely. Famuina was hot in set 1. Batenhorst was on fire early in set 2, and then they went away from both of them.
To Aninga. Stuffed by the Boiler block. Lourdes Myers coming up big, her 6th kill of the matchup.
Tuaninga took that ball on the dead.
First point of the set, and it's a slide kill by Lourdes Myers.
Full extension, beautiful.
This time she goes with a tip. Can't get it over the block of Purdue, and another block set up. Lourdes Myers in the middle of all of that.
Well, Purdue.
And the first to 25 with Barton at the service line. So Huskies in front of a nice crowd out here the day after Thanksgiving. They go to Wilmus, nearly a collision with the setter Wilson, and now Bush gives it a go. Out of the middle, Haney, what a block. Big time play, Myers and Hudson celebrating after that rejection.
Myers doing the work here. Look at eye work and takes a lean, jumps into the.
All right, we play on. Huskies with just one challenge remaining. Purdue has 2. There's Barton. Goes back to that line. Hudson and dives to keep it alive. Myers on the slide.
Well, Myers is doing a nice job setting pin to pin, really running it all here, keeping the Huskies on their toes, not sure where they're going to set it.
Yeah, she's potentially a first-team All-American this year.
And back to serve here. She's trying not to wear the pressure of playing so well last season. Thibault tracks it down. Acevedo throws it over the net, and the block of Minnesota backs up.
I live in Wyoming now. They don't have TikTok in Wyoming. It's outlawed.
Oh man, fair enough. Maybe we'll fire it up here throughout the Big Ten season when you're on the mic. Play underway. Stella Swenson kicks it back to Lourdes Myers, who's had to grow into that M1 role.
On the board by herself for the second time of the day. Bashir blocked, turned away by Lourdes Myers for the Gophers at 6 kills. Mustangs go to Thalken, and she is turned away. Mustangs leading 9-8. Swenson goes to Hansen, high off the block. Gophers get it back. Down the middle, Lourdes Myers puts a hole in the middle of the court. She'll pop it over. Ellis Scott takes it. They go up the middle, and it's turned right away by Lourdes Myers. It was Charlotte Kelly that the set was designed. And McKenna Garr in the serve reception. Thibault picks it up. Swenson sets the slide to Lourdes Myers. Great way to start off the game for her. Myers was absolutely incredible on the slide. It's Snook and the middle, Cameron Wise in the front row, as well as setter Lindsey Green. Green will set Snook, and she is turned away. She'll go after Thibault. Good pass. They'll run the slide to Lourdes Myers. And a 2023 MAC All-Freshman. Tough serve that Blabia gets. They'll run the slide again, and a good tip by Myers. Great court vision. Thibault's serve to Gustafson. Gustafson takes a swing, turned away. Gustafson will get another set, and another block. She's next to Myers and Swenson. Tommy's run Gustafson, and Myers once again says, not in my house.
Court awareness though, but I like the aggressive nature of that swing.
Florida in system, turned away. Lourdes Myers. Garback serving, Crowell, Myers, and Hansen the front row. They'll feed that back row to Bruce. Crowell will tip that one over. And Andrade is turned away by Myers. She targeted Bruce on that one. Free ball for the Gophers, but low over the net, so not a whole lot to do with it, but a slide to Myers.
Oh my, that was a beautiful run.
And now on a service run of her own, 12-6. She got it when it was 7-6. Tip, great dig from Thibault. Tight set. Acevedo just taps it over. Beckham is blocked by Acevedo. Good serve from Thibault. They'll run that slide, and a huge block from Julia Hansen.
Really, really good block by Julia Hansen.
Seems like that's a play that Swenson feels comfortable with, and so we'll see if they continue to work that in more. Leading by one late in set one. They'll run it right then. Tip from Myers. Good pancake dig. Somehow Dayton gets it over. Gophers back off. Far set to Hansen over the top of the block. Again, good defense by the Flyers. And they'll just have to roll it over. That was McNeil. Acevedo out of the back row. And a hand on it. Swenson, good job pushing it over. This time to the right to Hunt. And the block is in. Well out of system. Thibault high free balls it over. They'll go on that outside to Rotkai. Running the slide is Myers, who stops the run for Dayton. Thibault, serve taken slightly out of system, bump set. And another block by Lourdes Myers.
Really, really good hand position by Lourdes Myers on that one. She does a nice job of closing the block, and then if you can see her left hand.
Good play by Swenson, adjusting to the serve off the net. Hansen tips it over, but Rotkai is there. Back row attack from Hunt. One more chance here. They'll go right side, and a big block from Hansen off Caitlin McNeil. Garr serving, match point Gophers. They'll run that right side, and Hansen puts it away with the block. Another clean sweep. The fourth straight clean sweep here in the Diet Coke Classic.
Interesting thing for a left side to look at as they're swinging away.
Tough serve from Hansen. They'll go to Klein, and she is turned away. Lourdes Myers.
And the difference here, right? Last time she was able to squeeze that one.
Thibault to serve. Tight pass. Will feed Klein. Good pass from Thibault there. Hansen with the swing over the double block. And Bird tries to run that slide. Hansen gets her left hand on it. One more time to Klein. Turned away. Lourdes Myers gets hands on it.
It's a really, really good block by Lourdes Myers. She's working hard up there. You can see there she's going kind of coast.
Hansen serving one away from set point. Tough serve. They'll feed Klein, and she's turned away once again. Lourdes Myers having a great blocking game. Hansen's serve goes after Zgunts. The run Klein, turned away by Swenson.
And Zgunts, that was an okay pass. Unfortunately, just sort of a trap set there, and not a lot that Klein is able to do with that, especially against the block of Lourdes.
Hansen serve just over the net. Back row Zgunts, triple block for the Gophers.
Really got to take advantage of that.
Jackrabbits crafty tip and a big finish from Lourdes Myers.
She's supposed to be. She's, you know, taking passes out of the net.
10 to 8.5 total blocks. Jackrabbits leading. Big swing up the middle and a huge block. Lourdes Myers.
Lourdes Myers, exactly what they needed over on the Minnesota side. You can see.
Burr is turned away by Julia Hansen.
Julia Hansen, that's two crazy stuff blocks within short order. Watch this, how far she's over the net, and just a lot more middle. You'll see her go off of 1 foot quite a bit.
Went to back-to-back Sweet 16s with the Boilermakers. Felt like she wanted a fresh start, and here she gets in on the action at the net for the rejection.
A beautiful block by Lourdes Myers and Stella Swenson. You can see here this block is very
reset match. Their win over Marquette as Minnesota's reeled off 10 straight. Solo stop up the middle. Lourdes Myers says no.
You just love to see the discipline out of Lourdes Myers here. She stays here. She can see the gap set coming at her. Great swing.
Coach Cook coached her in U19 USA basketball. He said coaching her with USA felt a little bit like a dad driving the carpool. Still ranked number 10 and starting off 1-0 in Big Ten play. Long going up the middle. Long now looking for Stanishevska, but a monster block inside gives Minnesota the point, and they're within 3.
And that block is all Carly Gill. You can see Lourdes Myers gets trapped inside. She's racing to get out.
Goes to work. Swenson looking for Myers again. She places that perfectly on the back line.
Yeah, and it starts with a really beautiful pass by Kate Thibault. Long, as you said, Michigan State's best.
To start off set number 3, Minnesota leads 2-0. A hard-fought battle in set number 2. First set goes at Tasavita. And then the block showing up again for Minnesota. That time, Lourdes Myers, and a 2-point lead for number 12, Minnesota. The Spartans still trying to get the upset here. Somehow that was kept alive. On the slide, Myers with the soft touch.
Without any challenges remaining.
And also a little bit of a pause for Michigan State, too, to reset here. Trying to stave off losing this match. Minnesota out of sorts right now. And Michigan State trying to capitalize. Breckencheck new into this match. What a block by Minnesota. They have been dominant at the net all night.
Stella Swenson and Lourdes Myers putting up a fantastic block. Momchilar nowhere to go with that ball.
Just met by a...
Dielenmatter the serve. Swenson up and right down for Lourdes Myers. She'll get her first kill of the day. Dutton sends it over. Swenson up this time for Hansen. Maxwell again, it's blocked. And Minnesota point, they're able to get the block together on that one.
Service error, as I said.
Dutton. Back set for Myers, who sends that one straight down.
Lourdes Myers does a great job running off of 1 foot. I mentioned earlier, she's a transfer out of Purdue and a really
It's over the net from Julia Hansen. This one will be just passed over from Maxwell. Swenson backs that to Myers again. Perfect placement from Lourdes Myers.
Able to use a block that is not well formed on the Minnesota side.
Back set to Myers, goes right down. Lourdes Myers. That'll be her 6th of the day.
I mentioned in the last set, she had to pass through that.
Hansen able to save that one. Gilk sends it over again. Robinson. Now it'll be Hansen, just passes it over. Back set, big block from Julia Hansen.
Huge block from Julia Hansen. Minnesota's block hasn't
ranked win since they beat Minnesota at home in 2023. And Myers again, ready to go.
Starts with a great Julia Hansen serve. She really has started to figure this thing out. Rutgers coming back.
Serve is over. Swenson back set for Gilk. It's up for Byzantine and a big block.
So I'd like to see her wait and then go fast into it.
On the joust, it falls on Michigan's side. Johnson is dug by Gilk. Acevedo to Kinney, the free ball for Michigan. Burke brings it back from the tape, tees up Jacobs, she is blocked. Point Minnesota. Lourdes Myers.
This match, 7th in the Big Ten, and leading Northwestern. Does lead the Wildcats in service errors, though. Overpassing, no mistake from Myers.
You're getting that sense that Minnesota's starting to pull away just a little bit.
Quick set, blocked straight in front.
Historically, had very good middle blockers.
Jordan Taylor that time with her 3rd block already. A block by Myers. Wildcats can't get the ball over. 7 consecutive matches for Taylor with multiple blocks. Great up from Carter. Free ball over. Little slide poke for Myers. You can tell the veteran leadership from her coming over from Purdue. With a team set win for St. Thomas in that match, that St. Thomas team in the Summit League is going to cause problems. Blocked by Hansen. On the near side, she's got the power with the offensive skills.
Let's see if they can keep their foot on the gas.
It's back-to-back attack errors for Hansen after she had just 1. That's Myers that time. The slide from the middle, too dangerous. Right into the belly of Northwestern's defense.
It's crunch time now. We'll see what the Cats do and who they rely on.
Elnady now, blocked in front. Myers was there. Opportunity there, but you see Swenson and Myers timing it together. Myers the one to get the touch.
Okay, in the net, point Minnesota.
24-17 as Lourdes Myers continues this run for the Gophers. First lead from Minnesota in this match. Leverett tries to unload there. In the back row, taking some heat off his Hansen. Reading it is Leverett. And a block is going to give the points.
Came into the match with 11 service aces.
Maggie Lee has that turned back emphatically by Myers.
Lourdes Myers, 2 big points for this Minnesota squad. Just in the last few points. You're going to see here in the play, Lourdes.
Here's Hannah Jones. Gar, Swenson, Myers. Beautiful.
And that's the kind of combination Minnesota fans want to hear. They want to hear Gar knows what good looks like, for sure.
3rd service error into the net from Gilk on that last point as Myers, there's the slide again.
So she couldn't get Hansen on the block, but she responds right back with a kill on the dump play. Great play by Cora Taylor. As Jordan Taylor can't get that one to fall, but it's rejected, stuffed by Minnesota. Shuterovich only 3 aces on the year. She's able to pop the attack in the air as Valette tries to push one down to the floor.
Tonight, she's a .293 hitter on the season.
Foulette tries. That one's stuffed. A miscommunication for Oregon. Myers and Clemente. Neither one went for it. It ends in a Minnesota point. Foulette rips one across again, this time received by Gilk. Myers puts one down to the floor as she rockets one into the heart of the defense. Hansen will have to stay at the service line for 7 points as Myers is able to get one of those. Hansen stays at the service line, but Oregon still leads by 6.
Good heads-up play from what is that she's having.
Third match point for Oregon. Shepard is able to keep it alive, but Oregon has to give a free ball to the Golden Gophers. Myers hammers one to the floor. They're feeding the hot hand right now in Lourdes Myers. And
after the stats update. Markley into the block. That's a combination. 9 aces, 26 service errors coming in to today's game.
Great
this one
pass.
dug up and down. That's about as clean as it gets on a side out for Minnesota. More confident in doing it now, but every once in a while you can still scuff it. As that was a poor reception there that went over the net. Another point for Minnesota, 12-10. Coaching, you were the head coach at Arizona State, so you've also come here as an opponent, which has to be really interesting to do the assisting duties there. A little bit of joust on the overpass. Good job by Howry to just keep it alive. Now coming the other way, a free ball off the block. And an overpass stamped home. It's Lourdes Myers taking advantage of it.
Yeah, Myers, both middles up for Minnesota have been great for a team.
This Minnesota squad has not played a 5-setter all year. Ooh, a little bit of confusion there as Hurd looked like she was going to have it. Instead, Markley goes into the block, point Minnesota.
To going overseas, so far away from my family and friends.
Hurd serves it away, 5-5. An overpass again, another mistake on the back row.
That team.
Hansen to serve and try and win it. Hurd meets it. Markley into the block and down on the line. Point Gophers, set Gophers. Minnesota answers after a rough first set.
Early in the sets.
Teska receives, Hunt down and into a picture-perfect block. Rally towels being waved in here, and it almost feels like the Mariners game yesterday as the fans trying to push this squad, and this took a touch from a Husky.
Yeah, it looks like maybe the Teska probably didn't want to use a challenge on that yet.
Yeah. Still Minnesota keeping it alive. Such fight from the Gophers, even up 7-0 in this set. They can afford to lose a point here and there, but they are refusing to as it's 8-0 off the block. Pedro Mendez and a handful of others that, you know, have really made the adjustments, certainly in set 2, 3, and now 4.
You know, I think it's probably easier for some players than others. I think, you know, you work so much in practice with a specific setter that as a hitter and as a teammate, you should be able to work with either one just fine. But I think in the middle of a stressful game, you know, you kind of get used to the groove of communicating with a teammate in a certain way
and turning that ball down the angle when she sees it necessary.
Swenson chooses the middle. Lourdes Myers. Minnesota in their middles, they have a real opportunity tonight.
Absolutely. That connection has grown over the season. It wasn't the strongest.
Coming from Serbia, her eyes were watering a little bit after that one. Off the slide, Myers reaching up and sending down.
That's very difficult to stop.
Jager, Alonzo Cortez, and Tatum. 3 balanced weapons for Indiana this year. Good cleanup from Tatum. Alonzo Cortez has it blocked. Lourdes Myers there, the former Purdue player, now with the Gophers, coming out with a big block.
That is a brick wall right there. Alonzo Cortez creating another level of difficulty for the Minnesota defense.
Myers tips it down. No lift called this time.
Yeah, Lourdes Myers just finding the middle of the court there again. In between defensive players is what you got to go for. You got to find where the defense isn't and just place that ball.
5th kill of the set for Tatum. Her and Alonzo Cortez urging IU back. Hansen's blocked. Thibault was there for Minnesota. Gilk across the court. Brichkovich the dig. Tip from Tatum, right back down. Myers was ready for it.
I don't love that set choice right there, just because Avery Tatum is facing completely behind.
Tatum denied. Minnesota inching closer.
Because they're going to Tatum quite a bit. The Minnesota blocks clamping on that.
Over to Alonzo Cortez, 2 blocks in a row for the Golden Gophers.
Bump the teammates up here is Anderson back behind the line again. Myers with the big swing, but the Boiler block was there. And Myers with the block. And set point it is. The Gopher block finishes off the Boilers in set number 1, 25-19. Foster, a native of Lafayette, Indiana. And Lourdes Myers says, how do you do, and finds the floor, 4-2 Minnesota.
Lourdes Myers is making sure that Holloway remembers her name. It just fell off.
Purdue trying to respond. And Minnesota says, not today. Minnesota looking really good here early on. And the Boilermakers are all out of sorts. Or will Purdue start to dig out of the hole here and try for the reverse sweep? Boilers in the midst of a 4-0 run. Getting that block in position a little bit better here in set number 3. Anderson. Woolard. Too strong as the Minnesota block. Yeah, Taylor Anderson, that trademark sneaky setter dump. We haven't seen it a whole lot here today, but it's definitely a trademark of hers. Hansen. Foster dug that one up.
Long rally going on.
Off high hands. Woolard again. And stuffed at the net.
Kind of started off this set a little bit rough.
Well, and it definitely opens the door for Purdue. Nice dig there from McAleer. Woolard out of the back row and stuffed again. Lourdes Myers on the slide, elevates and delivers.
Because that opens up her outside hitters. Lourdes Myers, a really unfortunate error there.
That's something that Coach Cook says about Swenson her first year as a starting setter, is that she doesn't make it the Julia Hansen show. She really spreads things around. Phelan trying to settle things down here, and the denial at the net. Lourdes Myers clicking into gear here for the Gophers.
It's a great point from Minnesota. Great to have her on the right side as an option.
Most recent match, 15 kills, hit a career high 462 her last match. Hernandez is stuffed at the net.
Wow! What a block by Lourdes Myers and Stella Swenson. Hernandez
stringing together a solid run of play. The slide Philpott is denied. Lourdes Myers has been keying this defense.
They need to find a way to get out of this rotation. I might expect Phelan to do a bit of offensive work on her own, honestly.
Coach Cook says he wants his setter, Swenson, to call her number more often. Are you kidding? Lourdes Myers can't believe it either. She is dominant at the net.
I mean, between Lourdes Myers and Stella,
she is dominating this match in every way. DeBoer into the block. There's another, and Lourdes Myers, no surprise. 10-1 is the blocks in Minnesota's favor. Absolute dominance at the net. And here's Lourdes Myers slamming it to the floor.
What a beautiful set and beautiful set choice by Stella Swenson.
Of course, my partner being a middle blocker, we're going to shout that out anytime we can. Taylor DeBoer, wow, and right there absorbing it all is Hansen. DeBoer again unleashing a big swing, and Minnesota makes the denial at the net.
Decker gets this one. In the middle, the block is there. There's Myers patrolling in the paint. Messer, where's she going? Now the block is there, and it spins in play and down. Gilk was there. I think Myers was. Motivation, perhaps, to cobble some points together. Make a late run. And the Gophers have other ideas. Myers.
Just airmail a serve or hit it right into the net. It's like, just get the ball over and let your defense help you out.
And there's a block.
That's 7 service errors for USC, 4 for Minnesota. Another tough serve from the Gophers.
Oh, toughness at the net by Myers. And Gilk.
She hasn't had to make a lot of adjustments because those sets from Swenson are pretty epic.
Well, end zone view here. And down it goes.
Tied at 8, Kelly Kinney serving. Gar again dives and keeps it up. Cross court, scooped up by Simon. Collier back row swing. Has Minnesota out of system, but a free ball push back to the Badgers. Horner back set. Turned away. Minnesota's defense gives them the lead.
Massive defensive plays over on the Gopher side. First, it's McKenna Gar with an awesome up. Then Julia.
Struggling the first 2.
I think the Pins did a much better job not going right into the block, using high hands, being a bit more rangy.
Set 4, off we go. Back set, this is Egan, and she's stuffed away as well. Minnesota dropped the first 2, took the third. Collier spun back.
She was last on the list.
Really?
Yeah, because she'd show up and just go, what's with your car being broke?
What do you want me to do?
She's doing something in the front row right now. Lourdes with a big stuff there.
Fantastic eye work by 20. Lourdes Myers of Minnesota.
Nebraska will make a trip to La La Land, UCLA, then USC. And they'll be home and away, Indiana and Iowa. They look forward to the end of the season here in that playoff run that certainly is coming their way. There's a block coming their way, this time from Lourdes Myers.
First point of set number 2 goes to Penn State. Off the tape, nearly down again by Lyon. And Lourdes Myers is just going to clean up this mess right away.
Yeah, great block from Lourdes Myers, but then there were 3 Hawkeyes on the ground going for that ball.
Looked like that one was close to carrying out of bounds. Van Zandt just has to bump it over. Up the middle that time. Lourdes Myers gives the Gophers their first. And Gilk, after just getting the kill, she'll serve. Here's Hansen on the left side. Good dig that time from Schlichter. Varas will try second time. Met at the net. Serving now is Marquardt.
Another
dig
dig
that
from
time.
Moisio.
Yes, from Moisio. Van Zandt tries to loft it over. What a play by Myers.
I believe had so much success at Washington, now at Minnesota. They've had 25 out of the last 26 years in the NCAA tournament. Impressive stuff in Minneapolis. Wagner cross court to Melby. Just gets it on the Minnesota side. Swenson backwards. Hits off, Malwall keeps it going. Swenson this time to Kinney. A dig by Spawn and Malwall. Back to Myers. Blocked down in front of the net and gets caught up there for Haley Melby and Eva Rohrbach.
Maryland really can't afford to be behind any more points right now from where they are.
Serve from Hansen.
Williams putting the body on the line. Gar to Kinney. Into the middle with Williams. Wagner. Piece by Gar. Wagner, give and go to Rohrbach. But the block down by Kelly Kinney. Minnesota with 6 service errors. Maryland just half of that at 3. Hansen's serve will be into play. Wagner to Melby. Swenson to Kinney. Wagner backwards to Mallowall, comes in with the power, blocked down by the Gophers. Haley Melby gets blocked again, and this one's another Minnesota point.
Stella Swenson, the other redshirt.
Wagner's just everywhere on this front line for Maryland. From Melby's serve, Swenson to Kinney. A dig from Williams, piece by Maryland. Swenson to Myers. Jack with the dig. Swenson to Myers again. If it doesn't work the first time, how about the second time for Lourdes Myers?
Yeah, Lourdes Myers, one of the best hit percentage players.
Julia Hansen, the first one to double digits, kill number 10. Wagner, opposite side to Mallowall, but it's blocked down by Hansen.
Minnesota's just play on the offensive side has really controlled things.
Rotation has Williams serving off. Hansen. No, the overset, and it's won by Minnesota.
Big part of why they've been so good this year.
Swenson with 26 assists, so that time she fakes out the Terps. Melby. Wilk gets a piece of it. Who just gets it over the net. Wagner does the same. Swenson to Kinney. Dug out by Wagner. Williams to Melby. Both teams going back and forth. Swenson to Myers. She puts it down. Now an 8-point lead for Minnesota. Number 19 team in the country who are ranked as high as 10 this season. That came at the end of September. With plays like that too. Blocked down by Julia Hansen.
5:38 here for Minnesota and a 1-point set. Swenson on the slide for Myers. Goes off speed and gets it down. Heady play there by the redshirt senior. Passionate, the words there for this Rutgers team. Caitlin Schweihofer said they did it to celebrate our similarities, not our differences. We are all the same.
That time, and you can see it with how she plays and how she distributes the ball.
And that competitive spirit, so key for her in Rutgers. Byzantine able to get a nice dig. But the Minnesota block reading it, Maxwell.
Ends up working in their favor.
Yeah, Bolin there clearly got tape, trying to be a factor in the block. And there, the Gopher block rising up. 500 here in this second set, up by 2. Tight at the net. Scarlet Knights can't capitalize. Swenson on the slide for Myers. She makes the adjustment. Allie Dutton into the back row, bumping it up.
Just says, hey, we got you, Carly. You're going to hit that one.
Maybe a little extra juice on that one. And now the block, solid from Myers. Bolin on the slide. Hardison runs into a brick wall named Kelly Kinney. Hansen. Bolin with Maxwell soaring out of the back row. Swenson on the slide to Myers, and again. Bolin will go to the outside. Byzantine blocked, and Minnesota gets the sweep. Convincing performance for the Golden Gophers to race past the Scarlet Knights here in the Garden State. 25-16. How about that 9-0 spurt to lead to...
On the slide, the former Boilermaker, Lourdes Myers, puts it down with force.
The slide connection. It's going to be athletic up here, be a little gritty, not pretty, side out.
I like that gritty, not pretty. That really describes that point.
I didn't come up with it, okay? I read it somewhere.
Minnesota's block coming alive at the right time.
Set defensively in transition from scrappy offensive play to defense.
Minnesota's block stepping up to the plate in set 3. Lourdes, her 3rd kill. Myers on the slide. That is clicking in for Minnesota's offense in set 4.
Taylor Anderson laughing after this one, takes a step, and Myers says, hey, I'm gonna move you deep, I'm gonna move you short. Really nice execution.
Minnesota's block stepping up once more. Absolutely want to host the first weekend. That is the legacy of this program. Look at the crowds that we have here. We need to bring the postseason here to the Turley Pavilion. The August going off the block, but it will be a Minnesota point
in front of libero Simon.
And getting Wisconsin out of system here. The block dialed up again for Minnesota, and Lourdes Myers leading the way.
Lourdes Myers on block number 2 early on in this match, and this is more of what Minnesota wanted from Wisconsin. 6 kills on 11 swings, hitting .273 so far.
Simon tries to keep it going, targeting Gilk that time. Lourdes Myers very smooth on the slide.
Cook and his staff, great credit, along with giving these freshmen great credit. They have really had to learn and grow very quickly.
Minnesota doing work at the net again. Lourdes Myers, despite being nearly doubled up in kills, 39-20 with the ball game in set 3. Collier poking it over the block. Myers in tight space with the slide, an emphatic finish.
Wow! That's the best slide I have seen Lourdes Myers hit all season long. I love the tight run next.